that I was supposed to post about stuff on Friday, but I moved out of my dorm on Friday and then I flew all the way across the country back home, and then I was real tired all weekend, and I told Daisy that I would do her video today, so I figured I would just kill two birds with one stone and just upload on Monday altogether, because you know, I don't follow rules. On a day-to-day basis, like when I turned 20, I didn't feel older immediately. If you compare how I felt about things and what I was doing with my life to the last time I had my birthday when I was turning 19, I felt a world different. I'd only been in college for like 3 weeks when I turned 19, and so it was very different. And a lot had happened in that year. I definitely feel like I was older than I was the year before. I've been doing a lot of child psychology, and we just talked about like what it is to develop. And there are two different models, continuous and discontinuous models of development. And discontinuous just means like one day you feel this way and the next day you're completely different. That would be kind of like the idea that on your 20th birthday you feel completely different. Most development is continuous. I would say that no, I don't feel older on a day-to-day basis. Like, I don't feel older than I was yesterday, but I definitely feel older than I was 9 months ago. What makes you an adult? This is interesting because this is something we talked about in my class for about a day. It kind of changes depending on the expectations that society has put on you as a person. I would say that no, I'm not an adult, but most of my finances are still covered by my family. They're paying for my education. Yeah, I'm responsible for how and when I do things. I don't really feel like an adult, and I think what makes you an adult is defined by like you are responsible completely for yourself. None of us are adults. I'm not an adult. I still live with my parents when I'm home from school. I don't pay rent. I don't pay rent at school really because my parents do that. When I graduate from college and I have to make my own decisions about education and pay for my master's program and PhD program, that is when I'm an adult. In earlier times, it used to be that like when you were 14, you were considered an adult, and the age of adult has actually gone up exceedingly as times go by. The current economic situation is that it's really hard to find a job. We depend on our parents because they pay for things that we can't pay for until we're ready to be on our own. The thing that I wanted to talk about this week is gender differences and what creates gender differences, whether it's society, biological, or environmental. On some level, it does become biological. Boys are about not 8 months old. Once they're around like 2, they already have a more developed spatial part of their brain. So they're more like spatial and athletic. And females have a more developed left side. They also play quieter and calmly and have very fine motor skills. And they actually are the ones that reject boys first. We reject boys when we're about 2 years old because the guys like to throw things and destroy things, and we want to play quietly. I mean, there's also differences between how we talk to girls and boys. Girls are socialized more to talk things out, and guys are really socialized to not. But I mean, that's really coming from a psychological point of view. So I'd really be interested in hearing your guys' thoughts about like feminism and whether or not it's even really fixable to make women and men really equal. How do you guys feel about like gender differences, and where do you think those come from? Do you think there's anything to do further in, you know, the idea of feminism? Good luck, Daisy and Sophie, on your exams. I guess I'll see Sophie on Wednesday. Okie dokie, artichokes. Bye.